Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Good morning. Good to be with you.
What are your concerns here about this latest revelation?
Well, with regard to the nuclear documents in Mar-a-Lago, it's very, very troubling that this type of information would be there or anywhere for that matter. We know at this point that there's been over a period of months 300 classified documents found at Mar-a-Lago, and that simply should have never happened in the first place.
So we spoke this morning with David Sanger of the New York Times, who said Trump was significantly more interested in the nuclear weapons efforts of North Korea and Iran than other countries. To be clear, we don't know from this report which country this is talking about. Do you expect that this was information about the military, though, of an American adversary?
Well, we simply don't know. Exceptional interest in the nuclear capabilities or aspirations of North Korea and Iran. We all did for national security purposes, but we don't know whether it was a friend or a foe. And the issue is not just about the content of the report, but what it may reveal about our sources and methods and capabilities to find out and learn about another country's military capabilities. So that is of particular concern as well, why I think it's all the more important that the intelligence community quickly conduct its risk assessment of what may or may not have been released at Mar-a-Lago.
What are your concerns about that? As Secretary of Defense, you were read on to some of these programs that only, a dozen or so people in government had access to. When you're looking at that kind of information, if that fell into the wrong hands, if that became public, what kind of risk would that put people, sources, methods in?
Well, you don't want your adversaries to know that you know what they have or what they can do, because otherwise they change their capabilities, they change their own security procedures, et cetera. The same is true, of course, by the sources and methods. You don't want them to know how you're getting that information, whether it's through signals intelligence, human intelligence, overhead surveillance, you name it. So you safeguard all those things, because otherwise you compromise your access and thus your own nation's security. And that would be my principal concern, and I'm sure a concern of most national security officials.
If while you were Secretary of Defense, you found out that in the prior administration, the president, the former president, had kept information this sensitive, what would you be doing?
Well, look, we exercise pretty strict document control at the Pentagon. Anytime we went to the White House, we knew how many copies we took over and how many we brought back. And if I were sitting in that chair again, I'd be very concerned about information released, which is why it's imperative that a thorough and quick assessment be conducted by the intelligence community so that we can, again, assess the risk and then understand how to adapt to it and see if maybe the adversary is making adjustments.